Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure of the Common Game. Today, in deck number 555, we're going to talk about Dirty Combo with Atris Oracle of Half-Truths. Now, okay, we'll read the Oracle just to say we did. Two colorless, blue-black, 3/2, Human Advisor, Menace. This may be a good commander for Persistent Petitioners, Advisor and whatnot. Not that, but you get Menace. When Atris enters the battlefield, target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them in a face-down pile and a face-up pile. Put one pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Now it does beg the idea of, hey, let's bounce this and put it back in our hand and Deadeye navigate it and stuff like that to just keep getting that trigger. And that's cool. That is. And I almost did that. But I kind of wanted to earmark this point in time as to what's happening in, the Magic universe. Now, there is, this is a Dirty Combo deck. I'll admit I don't do these a lot. I say I don't do these a lot. The last deck was kind of a Dirty Combo deck. But anyway, it's blue-black, and let's face it, what we're doing, Inverter of Truth, Thassa's Oracle. That's the idea. That's the whole thing. We all know that this deck is a huge deck in 60-card Pioneer. But I wanted to try to make it work in EDH, and there's a lot more hoops to jump through here. Our limit of 1 per card not having 4x of both of these in a 60-card deck really prohibits the way that you will find them. So, we're running an insane amount. Thassa's Oracle costs 2, so that means we can get it with Muddle the Mixture by transmuting. Muddle the Mixture, we can get it. Shred Memory, we can tutor it. Dimir Infiltrator, we can tutor it. Okay, and then we've got the Inverter, which costs 4. So that means Clutch of the Undercity can transmute to find it. Dimir Houseguard can transmute to find it. We can just good old-fashioned Diabolic Tutor. Now, there are a lot more tutors that I could totally run. I get it. There's a million of them. Final Parting. Depending on how bad you want it, browse. Okay? Now, this is not going to be a very fast, obviously. It's not going to be as fast as the Pioneer version. This would be a good deck. I need to tag him over on EDH Rec. They do from 60 to 100. I believe it's Matt Morgan. I want to say he does that article series. So, I want to say that. Is it? Yeah, it's Matt Morgan. So anyway, but browse, 4 to cast, 4 to use, and you really hope you don't need 2 of those 5 cards. And then, of course, Demonic Consultation, if you are just, when you absolutely positively have to have that card now, hope it's not in the top 6. Now, so the idea is the idea behind the Inverter Oracle, in case you're not familiar with the Pioneer deck, is you want to cast Inverter, which switches your graveyard and your library. And then you want to cast the Oracle and have no cards or 1 card in your library. Very minimal, because when your Oracle comes in, it checks Devotion. You scry that many. If you don't have that many, you just win. So that's our instant win. So typically, Dig Through Time is what you will use. I don't have a Dig Through Time. I do have a Treasure Cruise. Before you switch your graveyard and library, once you get to the point where you can do that, you want to get rid of your graveyard as much as possible. And hence the delve here. So ways to get rid of our own graveyard being Treasure Cruise, delving a bunch, Turmoid's Crypt. I'm running the Murderous Cut for the same reason for delve. Now, everybody knows about it, or I mean, lots of folks know about it. So we need other ways to get rid of our library. Boy, you don't hear that sentence that much, do you? So, other ways to get rid of the library. Thought Lash. We just don't pay the upkeep. It exiles our library, and then we can hardcast our Thassa's Oracle and win. Enter the Infinite. Yes, it's in here with no Omniscience. 12 mana is a big mana spell. Yeah, but sometimes games go long. And if you're able to enter the Infinite and then Thassa's Oracle, I mean, you're kind of there. Leveler, also, yes, I'm playing Leveler with the intention. I don't even care that it's a 10/10. I just want my library gone. Now, speaking of which, maybe you do invert and you've got a few cards left over that's in your library. Maybe you have more cards than you've got Blue Devotion. So we've got things like Tome Scour, Vision Charm, Thought Scour, and Dream Twist to kind of mill 2 or 3 cards from our own deck. But I guess now we can go through that's the core part of what we're doing. We can go through the normal parts of a deck. Like ramp. We're going to need some mana to pull this stuff off, and especially in, any kind of speed. So we have a Soul Ring, Prismatic Lens, Dimir Signet, Spectral Searchlight, Altar of the Pantheon. This one's really good because it increases our devotion. Midnight Clock, in case we get to that card draw thing. A Dark Writ, Seer's Lantern, Drake Skull Cameo, Dimir Locket, Star Compass, I really like that. Mistvein Border Post, and Dimir Cluestone. A lot of those do draw cards on purpose because that's what I want to do. And that leads us into card drawing. Now, we got some card draw spells because, let's face it, there's going to be games where we just don't have our combo pieces and don't have our tutors, and we got to dig. So let's dig. Sleight of Hand, Ponder, Opt, Catalog. It's rough when we're playing Divination. Read the Bones, Sign and Blood, Frantic Search, Think Twice, Dream Cache, Deep Analysis, Anticipate, Telling Time, Compulsive Research, Forbidden Alchemy. This is why we need to get rid of our graveyard, because being a 100-card singleton deck, we've got to dig for the pieces we need, and that's going to put cards in our graveyard. It really is. Now, how this deck is going to come off if people don't know what it is, I don't have that luxury because a good chunk of the play group watches the channel, so they'll know, oh, Atris, it's that deck. But removal, Murder, Doomblade, Pongify, and Return to Frog, kind of off-center. Now, counter magic, I limited myself to the 2 mana ones. Mana Leak, Memory Lapse, Negate, and Counter Squall, because we're going to need to hold up at least one of these to try to protect our nasty little combo, right? So, and then other stuff here, Duress. Typically in the Pioneer version, of course, you Thought Seize on turn 1 or right before you start to make sure that they can't stop you. Ish. Undertaker. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to kill your inverter. You're going to cast your inverter and have not much of a library, and they're just going to kill it. So the ability to inverter again to kind of live a couple of more turns is kind of important. So that's why she's in there. Fortune's Favor. Fortune's Favor is real close to our commander's ability. That's the only reason why it's in there. It's kind of a holdover from the previous idea. Clone, it's the best creature on the battlefield. There's no other. It's probably a slot that I can probably like make something else as it's probably another tutor when I find another tutor. False memories. Now, I don't remember my thinking when I put false memories in here because it doesn't net you anything. We don't have anything with threshold. I don't recall. You put the top 7 cards of your library into your yard, and at the end of the turn, you remove 7 cards in your graveyard from the game. So, is there a situation where we don't have? Oh yeah, that's what it is. After we have inverted, if we still have so many cards left in our library, if it's that late game and it took us 20 cards to dig down, then we can play false memories and effectively mill 7. So our last non-land card is Ashiok Dreamrender. You know, spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. And then target player mills 4. Then exile each opponent's graveyard. So, target player, we can obviously target ourselves. That's kind of why it's in there. So, let's look at our land base. Now, this is kind of more non-basics than I'm used to running. We have Watery Grave. Here, let's get this up. Watery Grave. Temple of Deceit. Nephilia's Roundyard. You know, to mill that 3. Rogue's Passage. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why I put Rogue's Passage in here. I can probably take it out for another desert. Habit, I guess. Terramorphic. Evolving. Esper Panorama. Submerged Boneyard. Dimir Guildgate. Dismal Backwater. Rupture Spire. Transguild Promenade. And let's look... Polluted Mire. Now, I am running the 2 cycle deserts and Desert of the Glorified and Desert of the Mindful, mainly not to even cycle it. I want these in play because scavenger grounds. You can sack a desert to exile all graveyards. So that's kind of a beautiful thing, especially right before we invert. And shoot, just exiling all graveyards, period, is good. I mean, it's in this particular deck, it's beneficial to us. And because of this, that also made me run in Ipnu Rivulet, which is also, you know, you sack a desert, target player mills 4, so it's not bad. It's kind of a stretch. Probably one of those decks that you're going to win once, but. I don't know. I had a lot of fun building it. I just wanted to build an EDH version of the Inverter Oracle. You know, Dimir Inverter, I think is what they're calling it. So that is deck number 550. Hey, we're halfway through the 500 block. 50 to go to number 600. I guess I probably need to come up with a deck number 600 theme because I like to do a special build for the Centennial decks, as I call them. But yes, I'm still on vacation. I'm still working on the house. Man, it's probably going to be, because this is what the next video that y'all see will probably, all of this hopefully will be done. So it'll look like I did it all in 2 days, but actually, since I'm pre-recording these, it'll take like, a week. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, I think we're going to shuffle and paint